Hey there, my name is Pravus and welcome to more Age of Darkness Final Stand. We are jumping into a new survival game today because since the last time I played the game on the channel, there have been a couple of major updates, including some new heroes, which is always exciting. So I want to play with this again today. For today's campaign, we will be playing on a veteran difficulty, which scares me just a little bit. Not because of the increased difficulty, I think we can probably handle that, but only 5 saves allowed is not always conducive to YouTube, so hopefully I do not mess this up. Anyway, let's jump into this. Now, there's first thing I want to point out right off the bat is a new faction system. This was introduced a couple of major patches ago, but I have not seen it before. We've got 3 factions: the Order, the Rebellion, and the Volatists, each of which have a different playstyle and some different unique units or build orders that help kind of lend to that playstyle. For example, the Order is defensive and get access to stronger and cheaper siege weapons, which is very good for turtling down. There are also a couple of new heroes, one of which has been around for a couple updates. Vizargo, the Volatist leader here. He looks awesome, and I really want to play with him for an aggressive playstyle, but he's not the newest hero. We're going to play with that guy instead. That is under the Rebellion with Cyrus, the Rebel Arm, the first true ranged hero. This guy looks pretty darn good. He's got a really long range, does some pretty outstanding damage. He's a little squishy, but he's a glass cannon. It's what you'd expect. Plus, he offers a fair bit of AoE abilities or long-range snipes. Very good for the offense and very good for the defense. So we're going to play around with this guy today and hope that we do not mess this up. Okay, now if you have not seen this game before, I've actually done a couple of different series of this on the channel, and I'd recommend you go check those out because they were quite fun. But the premise is very straightforward. This is the key. We will be constructing some buildings and gathering resources and fortifying choke points so we can defend against massive waves of enemies. Think games like They Are Billions or Diplomacy is Not an Option, and you basically have the idea, but it's all in a dark fantasy setting. Now, at the very beginning of the game, there's not an absolute ton you can do because you haven't got a lot of resources yet. But what I can do is place down a single dwelling, then I'm going to split my army into 3 different groups, and we're going to start looking around and try to find early game resources. Specifically, I'm looking for really good sources of some lumber, and I'm looking for good choke points so I know where I want to expand going forward. We'll clear out some guys where I can. This looks like some outstanding lumber potential, especially right over here, which is going to be really, really good for me. Let's clear out a couple of small groups of enemies, just so I don't have to worry about them if I can avoid it. And the hero will move forward a little bit. Swordsmen and stuff, they can handle themselves for the most part. Rangers, a little bit on the squishier side for obvious reasons, but as long as you pull back on occasion, you'll be fine. Not much we can do right now. We wait for the next round of taxes. I've only got 191 gold. That is not enough to place down a lumber camp yet, but that's going to be fine eventually. Are you guys going to be okay? You should be all right. Hero, keep looking around. Just want to find out if there's a good stone deposit. It's not a very large one, so I'm going to go with probably not great, but okay. Swordsman looking solid. Let's go ahead and pull up over here because I think our first lumber mill is going to be in this area. And remember, you cannot place buildings if you don't have immediate line of sight. So if I want to place a lumber mill here, I have to have units nearby. So I'm preemptively moving because I know the next tax cycle is coming to an end fairly soon. This is a really decent choke point. There's probably another really good one over here, actually, or depending, this actually might be... Is this completely closed off? It might be, actually. If that's the case, this makes a very convenient location for us to just go ahead and turtle down and gather up resources in peace. So over here, let's go ahead and place down a lumber yard. 21. Yes, that is solid. Very solid. That's what I was hoping for. All right, so we're going to have a really strong first lumber mill. That's what you like to see. Let's find out if this area is also kind of a domed or curved off area. And yeah, this area is completely safe. That's going to make it very convenient to gather up small amounts of stone. Unfortunately, only 6 deposit. Not great, but it's good enough to work with, I suppose. The build order in this game is usually kind of important. I know. I'm not very good at the build orders myself. I just kind of wing most of what I do. Some people have made some really good guides in this game as far as like what you should be always building, and you got to pay attention to those tax cycles so you know how to time everything, but for the most part, I think that we'll be okay. What is this? There's a big stone over here. I was kind of afraid it was going to lead to a point of interest, but it seems like we'll be okay. Let's pull back just a little bit more. We can afford, I think, to get ourselves another house. So let's go ahead and do that. We should still make enough money that I'll get to the 300 I'm looking for to get some extra lumber yards in the next tax cycle. So that's fine. Gonna have my swordsman clear these guys out. You're all looking fine. Are we completely cleared off here as well? We are. Wow. Okay, so my entire southern half is open, which is great because I'll have a lot of room to expand and do so peacefully. This is outstanding. Anyway, swordsmen get into position just so we're ready. You guys pull back a smidge. We got the 300 gold. Let's go ahead and place down another lumber yard. 25? Yes. Outstanding. We are going to be rolling in lumber this game. That is so very, very good. I don't even have to check this one, man. That is solid as heck. All right, hero, go off this direction. As long as we can hold on to this choke point, we will be safe. Kind of looking for some of the AoE. So our hero has a passive ability called Splintering Shot. 34% chance that we are going to cause an AoE cone behind whatever our target is. For that reason, I want to always target the closest enemy because that's got the most potential to do some serious AoE, as you just saw right there, which is great. Hey, look, a small little choke point path over here. Okay. Swordsman doing fine. Just trying not to lose any units. Whoop, don't go too far over there. We are probably at a point where I don't want to go too much further. We found an elite nightmare. Oh, this is an elite nightmare right here. Okay, so come nighttime, we want to be nowhere near this, basically. All right. Oop, do not want to attack a bunch of axemen with just 3 archers. They will die. You can clear out a small group over here, so we'll do that. Hero looking fine. This area is completely fine, too. This is a very convenient choke point. Oh. I'm about to get capped out on resources here. Let's go ahead and place down a quarry. I know it's not a lot of stone, but let's just go ahead and do it. We're going to need some additional housing. We can place down a dwelling like so. We got capped out on lumber, which is not a big deal since I make so much. If I had gotten capped out on gold, that's where I would have cried because, you know, gold is kind of your major bottleneck in the game. Fantastic stone deposit over here, by the way. If I could defend this, this would make things very easy. I'd love to go for an early game keep. That'd be outstanding. One thing I would like to do, if we can afford a little bit more gold, is place down a little wall right over here. Because what would happen, even if we leave no units, is when enemies eventually start trickling in toward the base, because that does happen on occasion, it's pretty random, you can have a little wall here that functions like a little beacon that draws them in. So they'll abandon their little chase toward the mainland here, and they'll just go for that. And that's a warning system that you're about to be attacked, so it gives you more time to respond and try to, you know, actually reposition all of your units. I think I need to place down, like, some huts for food. I think that's my next big goal here. Some of this is going to be fun. We don't have enough people. Right, I need to finish up this house first. That's fine, though. I need food, so we'll be able to continue building up dwellings. All right, kind of important. So let's take a look and see what I can build. 1 hut over here. 11, pretty bountiful. Yeah, that works. Let's go ahead and place one there. Extra food is necessary in order to place down more houses so you can work more jobs and stuff and also train up more military units. I need one of you guys to stay back here because I think we'll need 1 archer, 1 soldier here, 2 soldiers up over here. We have 2 archers down over here. And as long as I'm correct and the hero is able to protect this area, we'll be fine. Might need to pull back just a bit. I could afford to get 1 more farm, and I do think we need another one. 10 over here is okay. Yep, let's do that. Okay, so that's going to take care of a lot of my early game food needs. What I want to do now is go for more houses as well as some more stone. This isn't exactly what I would consider a perfect start with a build order because we got unlucky without a better stone deposit nearby. But if we can get a lot of stone, we'll be in a really good position to upgrade some big stuff early on. So we have enough money. I can go for the quarry now. 12, very decent deposit. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick you up. All right, so the enemies are going to get very, very active now that we're going into nighttime. So let's be prepared for some nastiness, but with only 3 choke points here and 1 down here, that is so strong. I have the freedom to just basically expand as much as I feel like I need to. Super duper 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 good. All right, so more houses would be nice. I think that's going to be my next priority, just to get some more workers since we're kind of out at the moment. And also, I'd like to get some extra tax income since gold is kind of one of the big things that bottlenecks you at the beginning of the game. So 2 extra housing coming right up like so. It's about all I can afford, but we have enough food to go around, so we will be fine. All right, yeah, see, here's an example of an enemy who's getting active, and depending on what he does, he might just wander in toward the base. Having a wall over here would distract him long enough for me to know what's about to hit me. We haven't done that over here, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah, here's an example of another guy who's going a little bit too far. I want him to stay in his tracks. Don't go any further. Stay right where you are, bud. We're going to have a very easy night over here. Very, very easy night. Now, we do need to get prepped for the big waves, right? If you haven't seen this game, again, but you are familiar with something like They Are Billions, you know what I'm going to talk about here. That is basically every few nights you have a giant Death Knight. The Death Knight is a mega wave that comes from one area of the map. A giant blood crystal opens up and tons of enemies are going to spawn. And defending against them is always tricky. I don't want to over-invest in defenses around every choke point, placing down a whole load of walls or towers until I know where that's going to be coming from. Otherwise, we're wasting resources that could have been better put to use elsewhere. At least such is my philosophy. Do I need more housing? I think the answer is possibly. How are we looking as far as stone? We are going to have enough stone, actually, to upgrade to the keep pretty soon. If I'm willing to wait around a little bit, we'll have enough lumber, and we're going to have enough stone. I just need more gold. Capped out on money. All right, yeah, we knew that was going to happen. We were only like 10 off, though, so I didn't waste too much. Let's get that keep upgrading right away. That means we'll get a lot of extra cash. It means that I'll be able to go for some tier upgrades, try to go for some early ballista. And if we can get some ballista, that makes it extremely easy to defend against early game waves. No big deal at all. I can afford to get some more housing. We've got enough food. I need lumber, though. I gotta wait for a minute. 46 lumber per tick is so much lumber. 1, 2, 3 should be fine. And then after that, maybe another hut for some more food. We're almost out there as well. You can get another 10 if I place here. That's fine. Let's go ahead and do that. So that's a lot of resources that have been spent, but we're going to have a really, really fast keep. That's fan-flippantastic.
Slow.
Really is.
Steady.
Can you get through this way? No, this is actually a choke point. What do you know? So this will be a very convenient place to wall up. It's got a good width, so we can do a lot of damage and get a lot of enemies choked up in one area for AoE. And it's going to defend everything in this area. Dude, that's huge. This is a very good map for me. We could try to actually group up some armies and start clearing out larger groups. And it's not a bad plan. Let me find out what's going on down over this way. How are we looking up here? Fine. No problem at all. Okay. So, yeah, I think what we do is we are going to fortify here. We're going to fortify all the way down here. And, oh, we actually have more storage than I thought. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and place down our wooden workshop then. I don't want to lose too much food if we place in some of these areas. I could take up a lot of space by building here, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. I take that back. Maybe it is. How about over here? We're not going to use this space anyway, right? Probably? Yeah. All right, there's fine. I want to make sure that there's still room for units to move around fairly unimpeded. Mobility can be important in a game like this still. Anyway, all right, you guys get up over this direction. Let's find out what else is going on there. What I haven't figured out yet is where I want to defend in this area. It's probably going to be one wall here, and then just wall this area off. Yeah, this is going to get messy. I need to find a better space to wall off in these areas over here. So now that I have a workshop on the way, what do we need? Probably some more housing. When in doubt, more housing is good. It always is. A couple more houses that way. Do I dare go for some military stuff right now? Like, getting a training hall is very tempting. I would like to be able to start training up some more units. But I probably could benefit from either more stone or lumber as well. Have we found a really good spot for another lumber yard? 15's not bad. 12, 13, meh. Maybe a good spot up here, actually. Yeah, I could see something like this being pretty good. Yeah, this is going to be a good spot right here. Another 18, perfect. All right, that's enough to feel really solid. I'm going to place down a wall over here as an early warning system. Then we're going to back off. Let's just do one here for now, and then send a hero to go and help clear some stuff out. What's over here? Out of curiosity. Anything I need to worry about? Workshop is done. All right, so what can we research? The farm's usually good. The lodge is solid. Lets us house some villagers and return gold to the keep, so we can get more income. We like that. Fire sconce, brace towers and walls. There's the ballista tower. Yeah, those are solid. I think we're going to go for the lodge first, though. That's not too bad for me. So let's go ahead and clear these guys out. There's a few big guys. The hero actually did level up, which is great. Hero, unfortunately, did not gain a new ability, but did boost this up to 36% chance of getting some AoE, which is nice, I suppose. I don't want to deal with this elite nightmare. That's not good. I just want to clear enough space that I feel like I could take over a quarry and still be safe. We're capped out over here. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get a storehouse soon, because we could get a lot of value. A storehouse over here, for example, should boost up both the lumber and some stone, but it's not a very good stone deposit, so maybe we don't care about that. I don't know. We'll think about that one. I just need a bit more gold anyway. Also more food. Let's just go ahead and take the risk. Let's try placing this down. It says I can't because enemies are too close by. Yeah, I want to wait until we can place this a little bit closer. Just clear this axeman out. There we go. That should work. All right, so 10. Actually, we can place it down a little bit further back over here, nice and safe. All right, so 10 extra stone coming in is going to be huge. Yes, I know I'm capped out. That's fine. Once we get these lodges finished, we should be able to start upgrading a whole mess of housing. We do need to get more food. This is always a problem I have in this game, is you end up needing more food than you think. Always, always, always. Over here wouldn't be bad. I have to defend this area anyway, so let's go ahead and place another one right there. So if I can find a way to wall this off, that'd be great. I'm going to leave the archers over here for now. Let's send the hero here and the swordsman somewhere else, because night is approaching. I'm going to send one archer and one swordsman down this way. How's that? And as long as we don't leave this area... Whoa, God, don't go that way. Frick me. Yeah, don't go running through the enemies, please. But if we can just hold on to these areas and not go too far out, we'll be fine. We could go for a storehouse over here. This would allow me to boost up some lumber and some stone. It's actually a pretty good spot. Sure, that's going to actually boost up my economy, and as long as we wall off this area, it will end up being very defensible. But this is going to increase my storage capacity for all resources, so that'll be nice. Some lodges are done. These are getting me 18 gold instead of 6, so they are significantly better. We actually are getting enough lumber that we'll be able to upgrade a lot of these houses very quickly, which is going to be very, very, very strong for me. Please clear these out. Okay, I do not like seeing that there is an axeman coming over here. That's scary. Hero, please circle around this way and see if you can help. Looking fine over here. Honestly, we've cleared enough enemies out over here that unless they're literally trickling over, I think we're fine there. So I'm going to ignore that. Upgrade more houses. There's a couple more of them. Actually sitting on a decent amount of money. I'm going to go ahead and research the sconce. Now, you might think, why do you want... Whoops. You might think, why do you want range, or rather vision? And the answer is, when you get to the final waves, or the big waves, enemies can spawn wherever you do not have line of sight, which is very scary. So you want to be able to prevent them from spawning right inside your base. Like right here, for example. It'd be terrible if for some reason they were able to do that. By the way, we should just get over here and build something anyway. We are under attack over there again. Let's go ahead and move the archers. The hero can finish off the axemen. Repair what you can, please, and thank you. You guys are fine where you are.
Our defenses are under attack.
Yes, defenses are under attack. Blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Can we place down another quick quarry right over here? Sure. This will get me some vision at least. It's not outstanding, but it's something. And then you can get back down over here. All right. So we honestly should be able to turtle down and just focus on building up our economy for a while. And there's like no downside to doing that. What's going on over here? Whoa, hello. All right, so this is why you have a wall. We need some units down here now because we are going to be attacked, and they are going to be breaking that wall very quickly. We could try temporarily placing down another sacrificial wall. It's not going to do much, but it's going to draw their attention long enough that I'm hoping I can get some more guys down here.
I'm ready.
And of course these guys are attacking over this way. Yeah, they get really restless at night, okay? There's no way around it. These guys get really freaking restless come nighttime. Can we get a farm upgraded? Yes. Let's go ahead and research the farm tech. That's going to get me a load of extra food. Daybreak is almost here, which means we will be able to sit back and explore a little bit more. All right, more upgrades, more fixes, and we are set. So, I need to get all my units together.
A noble sacrifice.
But I do not want you guys running through here. Wait, are they able to? Hang on, we need to find out if this is actually open, because this is actually more of a vulnerability than I thought. I think they can get through here. Ooh, that's a problem if so. It's going to be hard for me to defend a tiny choke point like that. That's one more reason I need to move forward here and find out if there's a choke point that I can defend.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's start clearing this area out. We're going to queue up the ballista tower research so I don't waste time on that, because this is going to be very, very good for me. I'm going to go ahead and start getting some extra houses upgraded. We may want to get another storehouse at some point.
Not as quick as I used to be.
Okay, yeah, these guys definitely can go through here. That's a problem. Go around here, please. Yeah, we need to clear this out. Clear it out big time. But it's always going to be a threat at night. But the good news is we know that the elite doesn't wander far from his crystal. So if I just place down a couple walls here, that would be enough to defend myself for a bit. Let's go ahead and have the hero do what he does. Clear out some more groups. When do you level up and when can I get some more abilities? That's what I want to know. Caltrops. That'll be fun. You just drop them in a targeted area and enemies are going to explode if they step on them. That's nice. Sniping at a long-range attack, and then a violent volley so we can just fire an AoE for like 5 seconds. Obviously also pretty good. What else can we get? The triage tent? I don't think that was there back the last time I played the game. Chance of bringing back killed infantry with a portion of their health. What? Well, that seems pretty darn good, I'm not gonna lie. Let's get a training hall. I just want it. I want to be able to train some additional archers just in case I don't end up getting the ballista in time. I feel like we'll be able to, but, you know, if I'm wrong, and that would be bad. Farm. 17 food. Decent enough, I suppose. All right, let's go ahead and place that. As long as we're still able to move around, everything is fine. Okay, we have access to the ballista tower research. That's going to be huge for me. So under the defenses here, we'll be able to place ballista tower. This is going to take a lot of money. But we're making 433 gold per tax cycle right now, which is kind of outstanding. So we're going to save up at least a handful of resources. That's going to get a lot easier with these storehouses in place. And we should be able to afford a whole mess of goodness once we know where the big wave is coming in. Gonna train up a couple of extra archers just for defense in the early game. This, by the way, is new. We have unique units. This is the Rogue, and the Rebellion gets access to this unit. Hard-hitting, fast-moving powerhouses that steal coin from their kills. Okay, and when they're in stealth, they are hidden from all sources, which probably means we can go around and just like actually find and pick up some resources. That's not a bad way to explore the map. Pikemen also were not a thing the last time I played the game. Striking enemy from a longer distance with their piercing spears. Does this mean you can set them up against walls and just poke through them? Wouldn't be surprised, and if that's the case, that probably means that soldiers are not nearly as useful as they used to be.
Let's go.
That would be very interesting to me, actually. Very interesting. Okay, Daybreak returns, and we now know where the next wave is going to spawn. This is the big one, down over here. Now, I don't know enough about the area to know where that means it's going to go. It might end up coming down around this way, or it might come up around this way. One of the two, not sure which. To be safe, I should probably go ahead and start gathering as much of my forces together and see if we can clear out this area and find a good spot to turtle down, because this still is not very strong. There's some iron over here. That could be very helpful to me. Let's see. I want to save up a lot of money because ballista towers are going to be a winner. But I probably can't afford to build any of my defenses until I see what the path is going to be. I'm pretty sure once this breaks, it literally creates a line on the map saying where they're going to go. So that will tell me where I want to start setting up my defenses immediately, which will be great. But first things first, let's just go ahead and clear out some space. Just trying to kind of preemptively figure out where they're going to be a problem. We could start placing down a few extra houses here and there, which I'll do. And that just gets me a bit of extra gold generation, but I probably should stop spending on pretty much anything else from here on out. I might just set up some walls over here anyway, just to be safe. We can afford it at the moment, so I think this is fine. Let's go ahead and set up a couple of walls. It's not too expensive. I'm sitting on some resources that are going to waste. And no matter what, I'm going to be happy to hold on to this area. So we can do that at the very least. And then I think, yeah, we send these other archers up this way. Because if we have to kill the elite, I'm going to need every little bit of DPS on board as possible. We should be able to handle it. It's just going to be a little bit risky, and it's not going to leave me a lot of time to start building up some proper defenses. All right, so right here will be fine. Build out there, and build out over here. All right, good enough. That leaves me enough space to get some ballista tower up and running if I want to, and I think that we probably can go ahead and do that. So let's place one over here. And that might even end up being helpful against whatever elite spawns, depending. We can place down a ballista over here as well. I'm getting kind of close to capped out on money, so that's one of the reasons I'm looking to just go ahead and spend some of this. Could upgrade some walls, not too expensive, but I think I want to save my gold because I'd like to have 3 or 4 ballistas up wherever I think that the wave is going to fire. That's going to be one way to go for sure. Another sconce over here wouldn't be a bad idea, but we can't really... we can set one up over here, I guess. Yeah, that's a fine spot. Let's go ahead and set up a sconce in case we need to get rid of the Horrify. And where... okay, we have a lightning trail. Nightmares illuminate the path through the veil they will take. Be sure to build your defenses. Yes, I am aware. Please tell me what path you're going to take, because that tells me where I want to build up. Got 40 seconds to find out. Okay, here comes the dark wave of nastiness. That's where all the enemies get stronger and can appear from. Ballista's going to start clearing out some small groups around these walls. I'm a little worried it's going to take on more than I want it to, but... hopefully it'll be all right. Okay, so the crystal's gonna break, and out comes the first wave. Boom. Lots of scary enemies coming in, and what path are you going to take? We get Terminal Darkness. Units slowly lose their progress toward emboldening. Oh, they lose their XP. That sucks. Okay, it looks to me like they're going down the other way. So maybe we don't care about that Night Crystal. Maybe we want to get over here instead. And place down another Ballista Tower right over here. Yeah, I think they're coming down over this way. Again, unless it turns out there was a way through the path right here, in which case I'm very much in trouble. This Ballista Tower has drawn a little too much attention, if you ask me. Tell you what. Let's go ahead and start training up some archers. Looks to me like the Nightmare Crystal actually doesn't break over here, which is interesting. I thought that it was going to, but I'm glad that it didn't. We could almost place another Ballista somewhere. Let's go ahead and place you right there. With 3 Ballista, I think we'll be able to handle this, but that's not a lot of time to figure this out. I'd love to get some additional walls. Let's go ahead and place down those 3, clear these guys out as quickly as possible. It's going to be tight, actually. Come on, Ballista. Finish up faster, please. Just a little bit more. You're almost there. Some of these walls are purely sacrificial. They exist just to buy me some time. We are going to lose all of this stuff over here, aren't I? This Ballista Tower has drawn way too much attention. I mean, the good news is they're distracted with this stuff, but yeah. Wish I had left some more stuff over there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, now we can get the extra gate. Perfect. So double walling this area up plus 2 ballista, 3 ballista is going to make this easy, I think. All right, so here we go. Everyone do your damage. Soldiers, back up, please. Hero levels up. We get caltrops. Let's go ahead and toss this out over here. That's going to explode. Look how much damage that did. Holy crud. Yeah, it turns out a single ballista tower really can defend itself tremendously well. I underestimated that. Okay. So yeah, having these 3 ballista towers should be more than enough to deal with all this. We just got a couple big guys over here we got to deal with who are knocking down my walls. The walls are gone, but honestly, I'm not feeling that worried about it. The axemen are a small problem. The cool thing about ballista towers are they do shred damage, so they are able to actually puncture through the axemen's armor without too much trouble, which is fantastic. All right, so we dealt with our first wave. Problem solved. I've got to rebuild some walls. We definitely want to deal with this. But that was a successful first defense. Excellent. That means we're about to get ourselves a perk. And this is where kind of a roguelike aspect of the game starts to kick in, which is going to be very nice. What do we want for our blessing? Extra vision radius. Enemies slain have a chance to drop resources, or buildings destroyed have a 60% chance to deal AoE damage. Let's go for enemies slain have a chance at dropping resources. That could be nice. And please tell me you didn't just spawn the elite. You did not. Good. Okay. We are just fine. I'm sitting on way too many resources. We got to start spending all of this in just a bit. What surprises me is I'm still not finding very many sources of stone around here. That is a little bit concerning for me. We're going to need more of that. Getting a storehouse over here will help a little bit with a small mine. This is one of the good ones. I could fit a storehouse over here at some point. Once I clear this area out, I think that might be a worthwhile thing to do. Let's go ahead and rebuild some of the basic defenses off in this direction. Not that I expect we're going to need it right now, but I'm kind of sitting on too many resources as is, so an extra ballista tower over here to defend wouldn't be a bad idea. And then if I can clear out this point of interest, that would be a good way of getting some extra cash. It's best to pick these up during the nighttime, because that's when you get the most value, but that's also when a lot of enemies tend to be the most antsy and just kind of wander into the radius, so you can't actually take advantage of it. Now would be a really good time to clear out this elite if we can. So I'm going to have my hero run in. We're going to try to kite it around. Should be able to defend this if you guys were just a little bit smarter and more in range than this. He's going to start shredding through the armor, I hope. Or the enemy is just going to sit here for some reason. All right. Let's just run in and start doing some damage. And if we need to kite, we can kite. He is mostly sitting there. Okay. How are we doing, soldiers? Oh boy, you are taking a lot of hits. Back her up. And he's already dead. Wow, okay. Killed my soldiers in no time flat, didn't he? Kite, 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 kite away, kite away, kite away. And this is where having armor is a little bit annoying, but this is where having a unit that is capable of shredding the armor is very, very helpful. Quickly get this guy's attention, please. There we go. Kite, 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 kite. There you go. Looking fine, looking fine. We can get this guy. I don't have a lot of time to do it, mind you, but we can do it. Just need to get his armor down. We're not going to get him before night, are we? We're not going to get him. No! Oh, there goes that guy. So close, and he's gone. Dang it! Well, say goodbye to almost all of my soldiers, but it's fine. Great. Okay. No, that was absolutely outstanding performance right there. 10 out of 10. Couldn't ask for it to go any better. I don't even remember if he comes back at full health or not. Yeah, we need some shredding units for sure. And getting some pikemen would not be a bad idea, I think. Or maybe even some rogues. I don't know. Let's go ahead and just research the rogues. Let's research the stone workshop. And gosh, we are wasting way too many resources, but the good news is we're making a ton of resources, so we're looking all right. I'm going to end this video here. First big wave going down is fine. Honestly, I think we're in a really good spot if we can fortify the crud out of some of these areas. And actually, can I just get myself like a quarry or something? 7. If I can clear this out, we would get a lot more value out of this, but I can temporarily place a quarry here just to start getting some iron. I'll get rid of this and move it down later if I can. Yeah, if we can find some more stone, if we can find a really good place to entrench up over here, and if we can get rid of everything going on over here, we should be in a really good defensive position. I can just continue expanding as much as I dang well need to, and we will be fine. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed and you're looking forward to this series as The Rebellion with Cyrus. If so, and as you hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.